Chris, we've been asked to present to a group of financial directors around the benefits of virtualization and very importantly around the operational cost savings in virtualizing. What are the areas that we're going to actually focus on?
So I think the first thing we need to do is just concentrate on what virtualization delivers and what it doesn't deliver. Obviously these guys have heard from someone in the industry that there's benefits to be had in virtualization in terms of operational expenditure, and that's true to a point. If you think about a customer who has this requirement to do it, typically they're doing it because they have a large server estate that is maybe aging, certainly poorly utilised, and is probably creating enormous power bills, and the opposite of that is cooling bills. And certainly consolidating that infrastructure will reduce the operational expenditure around the facilities, but also the physical server management. However, if you think about it, if I take all of these physical server instances and virtualize them, I'm not reducing the number of operating systems and the number of applications I have to manage. And that is a significant cost to any organisation. So if I just virtualize the estate and then don't think about any of the procedural discipline I need around how I provision new estate, then I'm actually could be driving cost back into the infrastructure that I've tried to take out through virtualizing. So it is not just about consolidating the estate. We also need to think about the other things we may need to do to make sure we keep control of that estate.
So what we're saying is virtualization could present its own challenges, can actually be moving the problem into a different aspect rather than necessarily resolving the problem in terms of operational complexity.
Yeah, there could be a number of additional challenges around power and heat, but in terms of the intensity. But overall, those OPEX savings will be there. I think what we need to really talk about is taking the next step from virtualization, and that is if I'm not monitoring, I'm not controlling what's going on in the application tier or the operating system tier, then I've still got significant management costs and management overhead. So virtualizing is important, but we need to kind of talk to them about, well, integration with the application stack to understand what's going on in the stack and change the shape of the application by scaling up or scaling out, as well as standardized delivery, a standardized provision of operating system, and even hypervisor instances come to that. Yeah. And the other thing is a key thing for these guys to appreciate is you can't virtualize everything. So you'll still have a requirement for a physical environment, and actually the integrate and automate piece becomes more important for the physical and virtual environment, in that I've got to have tools that allow me to manage both environments in an automated and integrated way.
So outside hypervisor architectures, what are the tools that are really going to give us the integration and automation capability that we need to talk about with these analysts, with these financial directors? Sorry.
Big question for us. Purely because of the number of tools and solutions we have in this space. But if we're talking about a mix of physical and virtual, then we have products like Extentia that will give you automated failover, so I can move to an N+1 environment for physical and virtual. If I want more intelligence at the application tier or certainly the virtualization tier, then we have a product called Resource Coordinator, which will enable us to manage physical and virtual instances in the same environment. Beyond that, for application-specific environments like Oracle and SAP, we have our own application virtualized environments, and again, that's about virtualizing the application, abstracting it from physical hardware, making it portable, which in a sense is virtualizing it, and then be able to integrate with the application for service level and service quality, and also automate the process of provisioning new and scaling the environment out. So lots of different solutions in the portfolio to take that next step from virtualization.
So being financial directors, how do we actually quantify the amount of savings that are delivered through these products? Okay,
so typically the way we look at that is look at the as-is infrastructure, look what the infrastructure could look like in the future, and build a business case for moving to the new environment. Where we've done that in the past for various environments, we've seen total cost of ownership reductions of 60% or more. In fact, for one of the examples, which is a SAP infrastructure, it was 62%. So real quantifiable savings by taking the next step past pure server consolidation, which is around, as I say, integration and automation, which is the key technologies.